Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today I have finally figured out what I want to do with this beautiful little frilly vase that I got that I think actually maybe from the dollar store, but it's actually really cute and really pretty, and I want to use it as like a little tea light candle holder, but it's plain, right? Like it needs something. And lately I've been trying out my new 3D doodler. You guys know I love this thing and I'm finding new ways to use it. So far I've made this, which is a keyring with a peacock feather kind of image on it. I don't know, whatever, I like it. It was my first creation with it, but today I want to try out what else it can do. So I know the way you use this is you like put it on paper and then like pull it off and it peels off the paper. I want to try and use it on glass. It might do the same thing, it might pull off, but I'm thinking because this is like a 360 circle, if I like do it all the way around, it'll almost be like a little like filigree cage for it, and then you can't really pop it out because the center is going to be bigger, so it'll be, you know, locked on here. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what we're doing today. Basically, we're going to glam up this vase with the 3D doodler and hopefully make a really awesome tea light so that when the candle is in there, it just like creates all these really cool shadowy shapes. That's what we're going for. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna switch the camera angle. I will link this guy down in the description below along with my socials as always, and let's get right into the craft. So I started off just draining the old color from the tip of my pen, and I was really optimistic about this craft because it just seemed really straightforward. I'm going to loop the plastic around the two narrowest parts of the vase and fill in my lattice from there. Unfortunately, I learned really quickly that the plastic does not stick to glass. I mean, I thought it would be tricky, but I thought it would stick a little bit. It really doesn't stick at all. So I quickly came up with a new plan where I would just loop the plastic around quickly and then seal it to itself on the other side, because once you have a circle done, you can build from there. The plastic really sticks to itself beautifully, as long as it's like warm when you put it on there. For the bottom, it really didn't work out, so I just kind of extruded a lot of the plastic from the pen and then just sort of wound it around into a circle myself once it was dry. I'm using one of the flexible colors so I can wrap it pretty easily. Then I was able to seal it with the pen. The heat of the pen just kind of sealed it pretty well for me. And once I have my loop on my top and my bottom, that's going to give me base structure to be able to start filling in the lattice work detail that I want. I already have to put a new stick of green into the pen. Like, you actually go through the plastic pretty quickly. So for my lattice work, I'm going from the top to the bottom and back again, and making sure to put rather large beads of plastic on the connection points, and this is going to help keep the lattice work in place. So basically, even though I have that like thin string of plastic going up the side of the vase, it's not actually sticking to the glass. Like, it looks like it is, but it's not. It's just like a really thin little strip of plastic. But when I keep going over it back and forward in the V triangle pattern that I'm doing, eventually I do cross over previous points of the lattice work. And where the warm pen touches those points, that is creating a little, you know, adhesion point. So the more of those I do, the more stable the plastic is becoming on the edge of the vase. Now this is a pretty flexible color, and so it's moving around a lot on me, but because it's so thin, it still feels brittle. And I'm really nervous about like wasting a lot of color on this and it not working out. So I'm stopping. All right, so here is what we ended up with. It's not quite what I was thinking it would be. It was really hard to get the plastic onto the glass. You guys saw, basically, the plastic only sticks to itself. So I had to like make a plastic string, run it around, and then like push new plastic in it to like melt it in place. I was gonna do like this whole filigree effect. It's a little bit messier than I was thinking. This like cool pattern just sort of naturally developed, like just crisscrossing. At first I did it as a cage to like start it off and like just get it on there, and then I was like, oh, I'll just fill it in with vines and stuff. It looks like vines and roses and that'll be cool. But the top is just kind of messy, and honestly it's so brittle. But like it's the flexible one, so it does move, but it's like it's really thin and it just seems like it's gonna break. Like if I grab it wrong, it's gonna break off. I really don't want to try it, but I might just try it to see if it snaps easily. But basically, because I know this isn't exactly kind of working out the way I want it to work out, and I don't want to waste all my sticks, because even though it comes with a lot of them, you use a lot of them. Like this is 1.5 sticks. And there's just not that much on there. So I want to save my sticks because it's not turning out the way I want it to. but you can do it. Like, it did work. I'm just not skilled enough with it yet to like make it look the way I want it to. Like, this is very messy. So it does work. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the possibilities of future crafting with it, but I need to get better at it. So yeah, this is what we came up with at first. It is still kind of a cool little tea light. So I'm gonna pop a candle in there, and yeah guys, thanks for checking this out. We will be back with more 3Doodler crafts once I figure out how to use it. Bye for now. All right guys, so here is our tea light. It did turn out a little bit more messy than I was kind of hoping it would. The reason I stopped is I thought that it was a waste of plastic because these felt so brittle and fragile that they might break off at any moment, but they're actually not. Like, they're holding pretty well. And I checked, I did use the flexible plastic one, so I think like they just kind of feel like that. And maybe I was wearing for no reason. But you can see it's not necessarily as clean as I wanted it to be, and I kind of had to make those little nodules to get the plastic to stick to itself. So I have to figure out a better way to do this, and I didn't want to waste too much plastic figuring it out, but it did work. And even though it looks a bit more like buoy found in the ocean rather than beautiful filigree tea light, it is technically a success. And at least, and most importantly, is a basis I can build future crafts and DIYs off of, because now I know how this works better than I did before. So thanks so much for joining me on this one, guys. Bye for now.